What's cracking on YouTube? So, if you heard the news, it is true. It is coming to an end, for right now at least. And it is based off the flops and just it not making any sense. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Sony Spider-Verse should have never happened. Now, I'm not a negative Nancy. Like, I'm a firm believer, like, hey, they know what they're doing, and I'm not gonna stop them from doing what they want to do. But a lot of people, like, I haven't seen not one good comment about the Sonyverse. That's what I'm gonna call it. Because calling it the Spider-Verse, there's already a Spider-Verse, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting kind of tired of them too. But that's a story for another day. So, if you didn't know, Kraven the Hunter comes out, I think this week, because today's the 11th of me recording this video, and I think it comes out this week. I don't know, because I'm not gonna go see it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not going to see this movie. I did not want to give money to none of the spin-off movies. I went and seen Madame Web for free, but the rest of them, I didn't want to give them the time of day. And it's not, you call me a hater, whatever, but it's just, these are Spider-Man's villain. If Spider-Man is not in this movie, why go see it? I get it, origin stories for all his villains, but usually most of his villains' origin stories are like a 15-minute storytelling. Like back in the day when you would watch like the old Spider-Man cartoons, it didn't take long for the villain to turn into the villain in that same episode. Now, TV shows nowadays, they're getting more in depth with their storytelling. So maybe 1, 2, 3 episodes before you finally get the big villain you want to see. Like, my all-time favorite Spider-Man cartoon will always be Spectacular Spider-Man, because that's some good storytelling. How they did that cartoon was amazing. So I don't understand why they canceled that and they gave us this dog shit called Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, I did not like Ultimate Spider-Man at all. Like, I don't think anybody did, to be honest with you. The Spider-Man cartoon after that was Then we're getting another one, which is freshman year, and I'm just a Spider-Man man out, honestly. Like, I get it. Everybody loves Spider-Man. You can never get tired of Spider-Man, but this guy over here is, because there's so many other heroes, villains in MCU, or Marvel in general, that I feel like deserve a spotlight too. But for some reason, we haven't seen them on the screen yet, or just like, and for example, Blade, development hell. A lot of these guys in development hell, which Blade shouldn't be in development hell. And the reason why I say that is because that's so easy to work with a vampire hunter. What's so hard about that? But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the downfall of Sony's Spider-Verse. So, Sony lineup of Marvel films have centered around Spider-Man universe characters continuous this week with the opening of Kraven the Hunter. But according to the new report, it will also mark an end of sorts. A detailed report claims that the combined stumbles of Morbius, Madame Web, a villain trilogy of diminishing returns, and even all those bungled plans from the 2010s Amazing Spider-Man franchise are making Sony press pause on its attempts to build a separate Marvel franchise. Instead, it's being said that all efforts are now turning towards working with Marvel Studios to make Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland. Their developed what they want to develop for now. A top talent agent was quoted as saying, "It's really about the next Spider-Man film." Now, Spider-Man film, Spider-Man 4. We don't know when that's coming out. They did say that it could be before Doomsday. It could be in between Doomsday and Secret Wars. We don't know yet. I've been hearing that it's going to be street leveled. Daredevil's going to be in it. So much bullshit that I've heard behind this next Spider-Man movie. I'm just going to wait for the trailer. I'm just going to wait for Kevin Feige to say something. Like maybe at the next D13 or D12 or the next, Comic-Con, whatever, he might announce it. So I'm gonna wait for them. And I do this with pretty much everything from gaming, anime, pro wrestling. So I'll put it in wrestling terms for all my wrestling heads out there. Comicbook.com is like Dave Meltzer or the Dirt Sheets or whatever. They report on their sources. So you got to take everything with a grain of salt. You don't know what they're going to be adding, what they're going to be taking out. We don't know if Venom going to show up, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, hell, all three. Hell, we don't know. But we do know that there is another Spider-Man film coming out, even though I feel like they should work on other heroes. But it is what it is, I guess, because Disney gonna do what Disney wants no matter what. No matter if we think it's a flop or not, they gonna keep pushing stuff out. And it's like throwing something at the wall and hope it sticks. If it don't stick, they be all like, all right, try something else. Like She-Hulk, they thought that worked, and it could have worked, but there were some things in the show that a lot of people didn't agree with. So, but the one thing I wanted to point out to you guys is how much Sony is banking on Kraven the Hunter right now. Let's read this. Kraven the Hunter cost a whopping $130 million. And unless some Christmas miracle takes place and it looks like it could potentially be the biggest flop of all three of Sony's Spider-Man universe releases this year, Kraven the Hunter would have to earn over $300 million at the box office just for Sony to say that it earned a combined $1 billion from its 2024 Marvel movies. The fact that the studio could end the year not even being able to make the claim is a depressing indictment of the brand and maybe the state of the superhero movie genre in general. Now, this last part, where was it at? Right here. Talking about not even being able to make the claim. And is it a depressing indictment of the brand? Which is true. If you can't tell me your projections, because a lot of people be using the projections, like for example, if I made a movie and it's coming out this week, people gonna be like, we're projecting this movie to make at least $8 billion back, so that's what they usually do. And since they couldn't come up with that, they're all like, yeah, we don't know how much it's gonna make back. That's bad. That's really bad. Like bad. And maybe the state of the superhero movie genre in general, I wouldn't say all that, because Deadpool was amazing. Deadpool and Wolverine, that did good in the box office. But then again, I seen some people say they didn't like it, and that's fine. Different struggles for different folks. But to sit up and say that though, well, nobody asked for Sony to make these movies in the first place. Like, if there is no Spider-Man, why are you making these movies? You feel me? So, to close out this video, we need to talk about the plot detail reveal for Spider-Man 4. Well, I'm saying reveal, but I'm putting that in air quotes because take everything you read on the internet with a grain of salt, if that makes sense. So, the biggest issue with Sony Spider-Man spinoff seems to be the lack of quality control. The movies just aren't good. And an insider was quoted as saying, sometimes the lack of quality meets a movie no one asked for. So pretty much, polishing a turd, putting diamonds on doo-doo. That's pretty much what he's trying to get at there. Well, in my opinion, that's what he's trying to get at. But movies no one asked for, which was the case with Madame Web. Damn right, nobody asked for that. Like, when they said they was making a Madame Web movie, I'm like, who asked for this? And I usually don't say that because there's somebody out there in this big blue rock that we live on called planet Earth. Somebody asked for a Madame Web movie. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But hey, I've been proven wrong recently. But Morbius should have been in the Blade movie. Venom should have been in like Spider-Man 4. Kraven the Hunter should have been a villain in one of the 3 Spider-Man movies that came out in the past, or at least in a future Spider-Man project, make him a villain. What else? Did I say Morbius? Yeah, Morbius and Blade. Madame Web would have been a perfect fit for Spider-Man 4. Because, give y'all a little history lesson real quick. Madame Web was introduced. Well, I was introduced to Madame Web back in the day with the Spider-Man animated series, and that's the only time I can remember her. Now, she's popped up in the comics, but she's not a big figurehead like others. Same thing with Agatha. Agatha all of a sudden popped up in the comics now, and they made her sexy, so that's weird. She's supposed to be an old lady, but whatever. But sometimes lack of quality. Yeah, you need that quality, to be honest with you. You want quality content, or do you just want to shove shit out just for money? And I feel like that's what Sony's been doing. But no one asked for it, which was the case with Madame Web, and that is a no-win scenario. It may be the time for Sony to start cultivating different IPs to launch new franchises, which is true, which is very true. Like Marvel and DC, they're Warner Bros. Disney. Those guys got that. Let them handle that. Sony, just give up everything Spider-Man and go make a Spawn movie. Like, Spawn. Like, there's been talks for a Spawn movie for years, but other than that, all I can say is this, and I'm gonna end the video after this. Nobody asked for this. Nobody wanted these Spider-Man spin-off movies. If anything, I do want to see Andrew Garfield get one more shot at being Spider-Man. I felt like he was done wrong in a way. So we did get to see him in the last Spider-Man movie, which was cool. Him and Tobey Maguire. We got to see him again, and it was good seeing him as Spider-Man. But I want to see Andrew get his solo film. Just one last go. Make it a Elseworld, or what do they call it? A what if, and let his episode or movie just be about. Let it just be his last hurrah. I felt like they did him dirty, but it is what it is. I mean, Jamie Foxx was a good Electro. I forgot who played the Lizard, but they were good movies in a way. So hopefully in the future he gets one more go. I mean, Michael Keaton came back as Batman for a little bit, so I wouldn't turn my nose up to Andrew Garfield being Spider-Man one more time. And I want to see what his symbiote suit would look like in his Venom, because I was thinking he was gonna end up fighting Tom Hardy's Venom, but that didn't happen either. So Sony needs to do something. Well, they are doing something, but they saying they're gonna be 100% focused on the new Spider-Man movie. So let's see how that goes. But other than that, guys, I love y'all. Hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. More content is coming, but if this is the last video you watch before Christmas, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. But other than that, guys, I love y'all. Take care.